Hey YouTube, this is Run to Christ, and tonight unfortunately I have to report that there has been at least 3 explosions in Egypt, all centred around Coptic Christian churches. And ISIS claims responsibility for Egypt's Palm Sunday church bombings. Now I'm reporting on this because it will probably get buried, unlike other terrorist attacks around the world. But this one is specifically targeting Christians, so it'll probably be brushed under the carpet in the next few days. ISIS claimed responsibility for bombings that killed 43 at 2 Coptic churches in Egypt on Palm Sunday, brazen strikes against a vulnerable minority on one of the most important days on the Christian calendar. It's more of a Catholic thing, to be honest, but at the end of the day, these people have died praising Jesus in their hearts, and that is what is important. ISIS issued the claim on the Telegram messaging platform. The claim was circulated by several ISIS supporters. ISIS identified the suicide bombers as Egyptian nationals. Egyptian authorities have not confirmed the bombers' nationalities as of yet. In their claim of responsibility, ISIS warned of more attacks with this message: the Crusaders and their tales from the apostates must be aware that the bill between us and them is very large, and they will be paying it like a river of blood from their sons, if God willing. Now this is the kind of thing, this is the kind of ideology that the Quran breeds. You know, you see the bill that they're talking about, Western nations and Christians for meddling in Islamic affairs on their lands. So they will wage jihad until Islam dominates. Now just 2 days ago I put out a video called Taking the Advice of a Muslim, and in this video we go over some of the things that Muslims say, and we go to the Quran to see if what he's saying is actually true. So, as it says here in this verse, and kill them wherever you find them, turn them out for where they have turned you out, and al-fitna is worse than killing. So al-fitna is disbelief. So the Quran instructs Muslims to kill people who do not believe in Allah, and then down here in 193 it says, and fight them until there is no more disbelief. Do you understand what's going on? Now, one of the most liked comments on this video is a guy who thinks that all of these terrorist attacks are fake. So I don't know where he's getting his proof from, but you know, this does not look fake. Bombs have went off and Christians have died. You know, I once heard a guy say the other night that Christians are apathetic to the New World Order because they're just sitting around waiting for Jesus to return. No, that's not the case. For the past 2,000 years, Christians have been on the front lines in fighting against the New World Order, because I've got news for you folks. The New World Order, you're living in it. You're living in it. So the article goes on to say the horrific attacks were the latest against Christians in the region, this time on Palm Sunday, the Sunday before Easter, which is a pagan holiday anyway, but in the day that marks the start of a holy week for Christians. News footage from Tanta shows people gathering at the church singing hymns. The video then quickly switches to bars as harrowing screams and cries echo in the background. Now you can watch the footage if you want. I'm not going to play it in this video at all. Everything is destroyed in the church and blood can be seen on marble pillars, said one witness. And if you're wanting to call this fake, I believe you need to take a good, hard look at yourself. Christians have been the target of the New World Order since the start, and it's not the first time Christians are being persecuted in attacks all around the world. Just the other day, we've heard of attacks in Mosul, and yesterday this was reported that ISIS kills dozens of civilians caught attempting to flee Mosul and hangs bodies up on electricity poles. Militants cracking down on attempted escapes while using human shields. Okay, what's the big deal? Mosul? Well, that used to be called Nineveh, which is a very famous biblical city. Now, if you look at the religious history of Mosul, you can see that there was a large Jewish population there, and they eventually were were forced out during the 1950s, and during the IS occupation, that's the Islamic State, religious minorities were targeted by IS to convert to Islam, pay tribute, jizya money, leave or be killed. During the IS attack on Mosul, over 100,000 Christians fled the city. That article's talking about people trying to escape and being killed. The persecution of Christians in Mosul and the surrounding Nineveh plains removed a Christian community that had been present in the region since the 1st century. Christians are being targeted all around the world, and it has been swept under the rug. Pray for the victims of this latest horrific attack in Egypt. This has been Run to Christ. God bless you all.